perfect to me.
Oh my. 9 strings sounding exquisite.
Oh shit, we back again. What's up, what's happening? Come to the party and bring a friend. Fuck it, I'm bringing 10. Ooh, tryna chat a 10. Big boy tryna chat a 10. She said I was catchy. I said, so tap him in.
Touchdown.
Double cup, wow, I stuck smile when I puff loud. I touch clouds, catching touchdowns in my mind now, cause I'm zoned out. On a porch couch in the cloud. 2 coughs and I'm back now. 2 coughs and I'm packed out. Somebody give me a drink before I gotta sit down. I'm making hits now with a smooth style.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Riley Puddin Peters, coming to you live with the Dr. Preston Rowe. This is the Trash Talk Tailgate, and we have had another fantastic week of, well, mainly cake-eating college football, to put it lightly, but college football nonetheless. A couple bangers, some upsets. It was a very, very interesting Saturday. Dr. Preston, how you feeling, man? Another week of college football.
This is just, to me, another reason proving that college football is and always will be so much better than the NFL. I love the NFL, but there's nothing like those college football week 2 upsets. Yeah. Week 2. Let's go.
Week 2, man. Absolutely. And it's teams that you just wouldn't expect, right? You know, that's the beauty of college football. A team can come out of absolute left field and hit a giant, someone they shouldn't even be able to touch. They could rattle them with a haymaker, and the game can change. It's college football is amazing, and we're going to talk about it. But before we talk about it, there's something that happened, right before college football started, but since our last live stream, and that is, of course, the Chiefs versus the Chargers in Brazil. I mean, this was a banger of a game. I mean, we had to start with this one. It was such a great game that, of course, we gotta talk about it. And really, for me, I think the highlight, it's got to be Justin Herbert. In a game where the other quarterback is Patrick Mahomes, it's crazy to say that Justin Herbert looked that good. I mean, just all shouts, man. Like, really, 318 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 88.3 QBR. He got sacked 3 times. Obviously, we talked about Rashawn Slater getting hurt. I mean, honestly, we talked about it a million times, and how that offensive line was going to need to be repatchworked. And but with that being said, coming out of this game, how you feeling?
I had the Chiefs winning this game. I thought the Chiefs were going to go on a revenge tour after the Super Bowl. And, the Chargers, they get out to an early lead, but I thought the story of this game, the Chiefs, they sold out against the Chargers run. You know Jim Harbaugh is going to want to run the ball, going to try to establish the line of scrimmage with physicality up front, running the ball. And the Chiefs, they took that away. They shut down Amarion Hampton. They shut down that offensive line, and they forced Justin Herbert to have to throw, which I know he's incredibly talented, but he hasn't always been able to deliver when he's been asked to throw in those spots. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
And so I thought that was the story of the game, Justin Herbert. And then the Chiefs, they make this comeback. The Chargers, they get out to an early lead. But I was really impressed with how the Chargers responded, first of all, going up 27-21. And then this was the play of the game, the slide.
Got to use the legs.
But so the Chargers, they're up 27-21, and so they get the ball, and the Chiefs, obviously, they're trying to get the ball back. And the first play of that drive, instead of just running the ball 3 times and playing very, very conservative, which we see teams do a lot against the Chiefs, and they wonder why the Chiefs are able to come back and win. because all of a sudden you're playing not to lose. The Chargers played to win. The very first play of that drive, they run a bootleg and they throw it for a first down.
Yeah,
which, that
I mean,
was...
listen, we were together for that. And
Yeah.
as they come out, me and you were talking, and I was like, I want them to throw a pass. I mean, they came out, we called it. They come out in the line. The cornerback, the Chiefs cornerback is impressed on Keenan Allen.
Yep.
And they come to the line. I'm like, they need to throw this. Whatever's happening, they need to throw this.
Yeah.
And boom, like you said, traditional football would dictate run the ball 3 times, take as much clock as you can. If you got to punt, you got to punt, but just waste clock. And instead, Harbaugh comes out. He trusts the quarterback who has gotten you there. I mean, he had 2 bad missed throws. Like, one, he missed an absolute dime to Ladd McConkey that had been a touchdown. He missed that one. That one was like, oh, all right, oof. Got to get that one back. But he did. And then, there's just a couple others. But for the most part, man, Herbert was on. And like you said, that really hasn't always been the story with him. So
no,
very impressive to see him come out and handle the poise. Shouts to Harbaugh, man. I mean, keeping his quarterback cool and calm. And like you said, dude, they shut down Najee Harris. I mean, he had 15 carries for only 48 yards, averaging 3.2 a carry.
Omarion Hampton. Yeah.
Omarion Hampton. And, that's something that obviously they do want to establish the run, but shouts to Steve Spagnuolo, obviously one of the best to do it, defensive coordinator for the Chiefs. I mean, he cooked up a scheme to stop the run, but it took everything they had to stop the run. You can tell that the Chiefs meetings leading into this game were something along the lines of, hey, boys, we ain't going to let the run beat us. Hey, if the pass beats us, the pass beats us. But we ain't going to let the run beat us. No. And fucking the pass beat the shit out of them. The pass beat the shit out of them.
But I would have the same game plan because you're like, I don't trust Justin Herbert to consistently make those throws because he's never done it throughout his career. We've seen flashes, but he's never done it consistently.
I agree 1,000%. And I think that's what's so impressive about Harbaugh and the offseason work that you can tell they put in, dude. Yeah. This is one of the more impressive. And listen, one game. We're all this gas on one game. Let's just fucking say that right now.
Yeah.
We gassed the Saints the first game of last season. All right. Like, let's hold on for a second. But Justin Herbert looked poised. He looked calm. He looked consistent. He wasn't pushing anything. Everything was in phase. Everything was in rhythm. Everything was he took his checkdowns when he had a check down. The Chiefs play a very good defensive scheme. Like I said, Steve Spagnuolo is one of the best to do it. You want to know why the Chiefs are a perennial Super Bowl contender? It's because their defense can line up against any team in the NFL and give them problems. And through all of that, through all of the confusion, and their defensive scheme is not easy to read. That's the reason why he's one of the best, Steve Spagnuolo. And Herbert did a great job of being poised, wading through all of the eye candy, wading through all of the BS, seeing what's there, taking it. It's impressive.
It's very impressive. Also, Riley, I just want to say this. Why do Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce hate the Chiefs wide receivers? What did they do?
Hold on. We got it. I mean, if you don't, this one, by the way, this one's going to hurt me in one of my fantasy leagues because Xavier Worthy was kind of the cornerstone for this. I was really, I mean, God, Travis Kelce is just showing everybody that he is going to go for a career in the WWE once he's done with football. I mean, he just showed his finishing move right there, the shoulder tackle. I mean when he goes to the WWE, that's going to be his finisher. And when anyone goes, that's That's not real, dude. You couldn't do any damage with that in real life. They're just going to show this. They're just going to keep showing this video. Oh man.
Yeah,
but
that's
that's
just...
I mean, that play, and that's incredibly early. I mean, we're talking about the 13 minutes and 38 seconds left in the first quarter, less than 2 minutes into the game. And Xavier Worthy was out for the rest of the game off of that.
Mm-hmm.
So that was, I mean,
hopefully it's not too serious.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even think they've technically disclosed what happened. We'll keep talking about it as we go. I'm gonna try to see on that, but yeah, just any last thoughts on this game as we wrap it up?
Yeah, can you just go to the Justin Herbert scramble where he slides real quick? I just want to point out something.
Yeah, gotcha. Well, give me one
so
second.
one of the hallmarks of a Steve Spagnuolo coach defense is being very disciplined.
Yes.
So watch this. So obviously it's 3rd and 14. Justin Herbert is incredibly athletic. He can move, and he's athletic. He can scramble. Watch Chris Jones. Run it back.
Mm-hmm.
Run it back.
Whoop.
So Chris Jones, he's lined up. No, he's lined up at end. He's lined up at edge right here. Yeah.
Damn.
So look, he obviously we don't know for a fact, but based on everything I'm seeing, Chris Jones is a contained player.
Yeah.
And he goes inside. He tries to win inside, and he tries to make a play, which is just selfish.
Yeah. I mean,
look.
That's if you're the contained player, you just broke the mortal sin of contain.
Yes.
Now, Chris Jones is an amazing player, and number 79 is the replacement tackle, the guy that if you're a defensive coordinator, if you're going to pick on anyone, you're probably going to pick on 7-9. He's the new guy to the pack,
which is why they lined him up on that guy.
Yep. And Chris Jones, you're right. He just takes the selfish play. He thinks he can get there.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's no one else. There's no way he wasn't the contained man.
No. He was looking.
There was no one else there. I get what you're saying. This is because the only other person out here is a corner that's just obviously going to go do the corner thing and cover the wide receiver.
He's the contained player.
Yeah, you can't
stay outside.
You're such a great player to kind of, cost. There's nothing that's costing, dude. You costed your team.
And I don't know if you saw this, but one of the linebackers was yelling at him after this play. Because he knew, dog, you're the contained player. Why the fuck did you go inside?
Why did you let him do this? Look, boom. That's all because of Chris Jones.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that slide. It's Chris Jones's slide.
It is Chris Jones's slide. But yeah, man, this was a huge, huge win for the Chargers. Yeah. And now the Chiefs, they have to go play the Eagles.
Yeah, dude. The Eagles, the Super Bowl rematch.
Yep.
And of course, this gives the Chargers, one of the reasons this is so huge is they get an early step up out there in the AFC West.
Oh, yeah.
That's a big step, dude. Going 1-0, not only in the win-loss, but in the division week 1. That's a big step for any NFL team.
Huge step.
All right,
Riley.
I'm done
ready to talk some college ball?
We're going to talk some college ball. Okay. Listen, there is a very diverse slate of college football games.
Yep.
From this week. It was, man. Obviously, the first few weeks college football, you're going to get a lot of cupcake opponents from teams. These are the getting going weeks. And, we're going to work our way up the rankings. So we're going to start from towards the bottom of the rankings. And one of the first games that we wanted to highlight was Baylor SMU, for nothing more than just the fact this was a double overtime upset from the Baylor Bears on the SMU Mustangs.
Baylor was down 14 in the fourth quarter.
They
came back and won.
Baylor, SMU came out strong, and Baylor fought back, and then, SMU seemed to recover, and then, like you said, they went up 14 real fast in the fourth, by the way. They were down 14 in the fourth, and SMU put that 14 quick. in the fourth. And yeah, nah, man, it's just this was the kind of back and forth football just for it to come and end like this. By the way, this camera is crazy. They got the on the ref cam. But for a double overtime game to come down to that, dude, just a little dink kick.
Yeah.
Wasn't even like a good you wish a game like that came down to like a 50-yarder. At least like make it hard. But this was an absolute offensive fest. Like, every time SMU comes into a game, you're gonna get a lot of offense, dude. They like to do it. And last week we saw kind of stagnation out of Baylor. So you're like, I don't know. Well, I don't expect to see much, dude. Sawyer Robinson, 440 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Sawyer Robertson. Yeah. He threw 2 of his 4 touchdowns in the final 5.5 minutes of the game in regulation, which sent the game to overtime. And then Baylor, they're able to win it in double overtime. Like Sawyer Robertson, if you don't know about this kid, you need to start knowing. You need to start paying attention because he's one of the better quarterbacks in the entire country.
Yeah.
I mean, he's really, really good. He's a really damn good college level quarterback.
Yeah, and SMU, man, they play a pretty good defense, and we saw it last year in their reign in the AC, or the way that they played in the ACC. And this year, I mean, this is a big win for Baylor. I mean, after last week, after just putting up puts against Auburn, like not really looking slow, not looking great against Auburn, to this week and the poise that they showed, being able to execute that kind of comeback is a great sign out of any team, man. There's just nothing quite like holding on to, like not freaking out down 14 in the fourth quarter, putting the ice on it, getting into overtime, and then 2 overtimes, getting the first, a first touchdown, trading touchdowns with SMU in the first overtime, showing up, playing good defense, getting a stop, kicking the field goal, winning the game. Like that last week, Baylor wouldn't have done that. So shouts to the coaching.
Look, man, Baylor, they had more penalties. They had more penalty yards. They had 6 for 64. They also had more turnovers. They had 2. SMU had 1. So it's just a credit to that entire football team, that coaching staff, for just fighting and just staying the course and being able to make the plays when they absolutely had to have them. And that's a huge, huge win. Rivalry game. And now Baylor has a
No, you're good. Finish.
Yeah, now Baylor has a lot of momentum going into Big 12 play.
Yeah, dude. I mean, SMU, that's not a great knock for them. I mean, obviously, it's not a conference game. Probably should be. Weird that it's not. Why is SMU in the ACC? Anyways. But, SMU, they potentially, they're number 17. They maybe drop out of the rankings after this one. That's a rough one for them. But yeah, dude, great game. But there's still some other great games from this week. The next one on the list is an absolute classic rivalry. An absolute classic rivalry. I mean, truly. And there's nothing quite like it. Out there in Iowa, they play for a trophy they call the Cyclops.
It always seems to come down to one possession.
Dude.
Like this rivalry, it just, what you're going to get. You're going to get a slugfest.
They outscored what I thought. I predicted the final score at 7-3, so I thought I was going to get it for a while. But yeah, this game was insane. This is exactly the kind of grinded out defensive, taking a shot when you get a shot, but for the most part, you're just trying to play field position, trying to win this game, and that's exactly what you got out of this game.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
I mean, dude,
look, man,
Rocco once
we
again
said it. Yeah, Rocco
that's
Beck, man.
look
We
at that,
said
dude.
it
I mean,
on the pregame show.
no, you good. Keep going. I just wanted to see. I'm just going to show this
Okay,
again.
yeah. Sorry, I know I'm lagging. I'm sorry about that. Fucking but Rocco Beckman, 18 to 27, 134 yards, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. He consistently makes all the right plays without making the wrong play.
Yeah,
he's an experienced veteran quarterback. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to keep the ball out of harm's way. And then on the other side, man, Mark Gronowski, I mean, he won 2 FCS national championships at South Dakota State, transfers into Iowa. This is now the second game in a row he's failed to throw for over 100 yards. And things are not looking good for Iowa. And you know what's crazy, Riley? What? Iowa threw the ball for 83 yards, and they still only lost by 3.
I mean, listen, is this not the perennial Iowa problem? Right?
It is the perennial Iowa problem.
Like we talked about it last year, their offensive coordinator had a stipulation of yards and points to keep his position. And and you know, this year, I believe he didn't. Is he still their OC? I'm pretty sure they got a new one. Yeah, they fired him. He didn't live up.
They fired him.
And we're still here. And like, listen, this team doesn't need to do any of that, right? That's not like they want to play long defensive games, but dude, you got to be able to get yards. And I really don't. I mean, I think Gronowski, I mean, he missed some big throws, but like that Iowa State defense was playing very well. And I really don't. It's just felt like they got a flat scheme. They got to rework their offense. I mean, they're playing in a style that is, I mean, you know, they want to be a callback. They tread this line where they want a old school ground and pound, but they're doing it with like the newer formation styles. Like you see a lot of single back out of them and stuff. And I think if a team like Iowa wants to be successful ground and the pound, they just need to bring back the I formation. Like just go commit to being a power run team. I think they're a team that's caught between two eras. Like they're trying to be this old school gritty 3-yard and a cloud of dust football team, but they're doing it out of formations that I don't think benefit them. So if you're gonna have that as your identity, have it as your identity.
Yeah.
Like, why are you lining up in shotgun and trying to run it 39 times a game?
I think you bring up a great point, Riley, because it reminds me of Wisconsin. So Wisconsin, they always have great offensive linemen, they have great bubs, but they know their identity. Wisconsin for a long time was, we're going to be ground and pound, and we're going to hit you with play action, and we're going to play great defense. And they had a lot of success doing it that way. Yeah. And then Luke Fickell comes in, and I said it when he got hired. He tries to run an air raid offense. Like, what the fuck are you doing? And obviously, it has not been successful at all. Like, you have to have an identity, and if you're gonna have an identity, you have to stick to it. You have to know what you're gonna be and just be it. You can't be caught between two things. So I think that's a really great point for Iowa, because I mean, if you're going to run the ball, run the damn ball, but do it in true power back fashion.
Especially if that's what you got. Like you said, back to the Wisconsin thing, they get great offensive linemen. They get great running backs.
Yeah.
That's the pool that they're getting their talent from because of region, because of scouting, whatever focus they spent time on. Like they're getting great linemen, they're getting good running backs, not necessarily great wide receivers and quarterbacks. So you got to use that. And I think the same thing goes to Iowa, dude. Iowa gets bugs.
Yeah.
Everyone talks about the corn-fed boys.
Yes.
You know, like that's that's that country, man. They're going to get good bubs. They get amazing tight ends. Everyone talks about Iowa's a potential tight end. You're not getting excelling wide receivers. You're not going to have, you're not going to pull a 5-star number one in this class quarterback.
No,
but you can get a good running back, and you can put him behind an offensive line that he doesn't even need to be good. Do it. Like, you get those kind of talents, man. You get so many great tight ends. Let's take 2 of those tight ends, train them to be a fullback. You still probably got 4 great tight ends on your roster in Iowa. Like, they bring in such good and specific to them style of talent. Use it.
Yeah.
And commit to your identity. And I bet that they come out crazy. If that team runs the ball with a fullback and then all of a sudden slides out and throws, a tight end, like a flood concept with the tight ends off of play action. I mean, stuff like that would probably be murderous in the modern NCAA. So I don't know. But on the other side, Iowa State, dude, they got an identity. Rocco Becht is going to do whatever it takes to win football games. That is their identity.
That is their identity.
And dude, he's trying. He's doing it, man. And then obviously they got the running game. It hits for gashes, obviously consistently. If you're going to try to run the ball a lot, like someone's going to key on it, and you're probably going to have a hard time. And especially playing the defense as good as Iowa, who doesn't want you to run on them. Considering that, dude, I mean, they took turns gashing them, and then just like 2 yard, 2 yard, 2 yard gash, 2 yard, 2 yard, 2 yard gash, and then Rocco Becht just throwing it consistently. This game had a lot of 3 and outs.
Yeah.
But when they got a chance, dude, Iowa State, they took advantage of it. There was one interception by Gronowski, and Iowa State took advantage of it. It was a very good game. Very good game out of them.
And then, just Iowa State, they run the ball. They're going to play really good defense. They're going to just take what's there, and then they're going to take shots occasionally. When they take a shot, they dial it up so that it's going to be a huge play, but they don't take shots often. But when they do, Rocco Becht, he's going to hit them. So it's a hard offense to stop, man. It's a hard offense to prepare against. And Rocco Becht, he's not going to win the Heisman, but he's playing really good football.
He is. And honestly, I feel like he's not playing his best. I mean, you saw him miss a bunch of big shots. And if he dials in, this offense is going to be even more effective. Like they left from off the top of my head, they left 21 points on the board off of him missing just close throws, or like throws that were like, close and the receiver got a hand on it. Maybe it's a drop, maybe it's a missed throw, wasn't a great ball, but the receiver had a chance. Like a lot of those. Yeah, like there's 3 of them I can think off the top of my head that would have been like literal touchdowns. I don't mean like I mean like there's 3 of them that were like the dude was gonna catch it and just like in the end zone.
Yeah.
So if he dials that stuff in, especially, I mean this team's gonna be scary.
Yeah, man. And Iowa State, they're looking like a real Big 12 contender right now. There's Big 12, it's wide open, but Iowa State, they look like a front runner right now.
I mean, they literally have to be. They're up 2-0 in the.
They are.
Yeah, I mean, that's they start off the season as conference goes, dude. That's one of the best conference starts you could ask for. 2 games in the season, 2 conference games, 2 wins.
Iowa's in the Big 10, but yeah.
Oh,
they do have.
That's right.
Yeah.
That feels wrong too. They need to be.
I know.
I always forget that, dude. If Iowa should go to the Big 12. That's a good spot for them. They should trade out with one of the teams that wants to go in. All right. Speaking of Big 10, I guess, this isn't a Big 12. I was going to make a joke, but Oklahoma isn't there anymore because they left to go get
They're
beat up on.
They're in the SEC now.
They left to go get beat up on and ruined my joke.
More.
It does just mean more. But as we're ruining the Michigan versus Oklahoma. Now, this was the matchup of the weekend, dude. This was the marquee. This one had the commercials. This was the game that they really wanted us to watch. And I picked Michigan. You picked Oklahoma. This one was yours. This is your revenge for the Chargers-Chiefs game.
It was.
and I mean, I think the thing that I said was that I didn't trust a Brent Venables offense. I didn't expect them to do much. And in this game, here's the Brent Venables offense, dude. There it is. It finally showed up, dude. It's crazy that it showed up against a team like Michigan too, but there it is, man.
I tended to agree with you. The thing was, John Mateer, he's an experienced quarterback. He was at Washington State. Bryce Underwood, this was his first real test. He's a true freshman starting quarterback going on the road in Norman. Yeah. And he looked like a true freshman. He was 9-24. He made some really good plays, but he left a lot of plays on the field.
Yeah.
And you can't blame him for that because I get it. He was the number one recruit in the country, the number one quarterback in the country, but he's still a true freshman. He's going to make mistakes.
Yeah.
And Brent Venables made his life very difficult. And that's what I thought would happen.
Yeah. I mean, Michigan tried to balance it out with the run game. And listen, Haynes, 19 carries for 125 yards. They very much tried.
He popped that huge run.
Yeah, he popped a big run in the third.
Mm-hmm.
But they tried to balance out. They tried to get the run going, but Brent Venables, obviously I guess you'd say he's part of the Dabo coaching tree at this point. A great legendary defensive coordinator over at Clemson before becoming the head coach at Oklahoma now. Yep. And when he was at Clemson, he was known for having one of the hardest defenses to play against. I mean, that national championship defense, there's a reason why they were national champions. It was hard to stop. It was hard to diagnose. It was hard to figure out. Mm-hmm. And he brought that here. He knew that, like you said, young quarterback will make mistakes. Oh, this is the run.
This is the gash.
I mean, this is that's a beautiful run.
Yeah.
And all of the BS. This is just a great run. I love I'm pretty sure this was.
Look, man, you make that corner wrong because look, he's just, this backer, he's probably supposed to fit that gap right there.
Yeah, this is a power. This is like a split zone. Either it's because this dude came over. I think this is technically a power though. I think they probably call this a power.
Mm-hmm.
And you could tell that's where he's supposed to go. Where this dude is fitting right here. He was supposed to get himself into that gap. Honestly, I thought this was a counter upon first watch. Only now am I realizing that it's not, because he hits the counter step on this one.
Mm-hmm.
And number 4, dude, he was literally on the ground.
He was.
Oh man.
Oh, there we go.
ESPN. That's what I was hoping I'd get that.
That's just it's crazy, man. Football, it's a simple game. People make it more complex than it has to be. You just have to be gap sound. You have to play your gap. Yeah. And if you don't play your gap, you're gonna get gashed.
Yeah. And I mean, honestly, I don't even think this kid plays. I mean, he's there, he just misses.
That's a hard play for him to make. Though.
It's a very hard play for him to make. And that's, that's the thing too, is, that is, on the other side, that's college football. You got to be a playmaker for Haynes. He's got to see that hole isn't there on the power, that there is a cutback, and he's got to make the cutback. That's running back vision. That's what, everyone talks about, running vision. It's very important if you're going to play a position like that at a high level. And I mean, that's great vision. He sees a wide open gap and all the green grass you could want. And I mean, that's a big, big run.
Huge run.
But, that's really all they were able to do. I mean, and that's, I guess, shouts to Oklahoma defense. Obviously, they got a young quarterback, and he's going to only get better, you assume, you hope.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But, Michigan, obviously they're in all kinds of weird soup right now, ever since the the Connor Stallions and Harbaugh leaving, and they're just not the national championship winning team when they're not cheating. I'm sorry, they're not the national championship team they were a few years ago. And they're in a weird rebuild right now, but they've got a running game. They're relying on gashes right now, which is not great. You want to rely on consistent running, but if you can gash teams, hey, that's cool. That means you can gash teams. You just got to figure out how to scheme that stuff up more consistent.
Yeah.
And on the other side for Oklahoma, dude, like you said, Mateer he's a been around the block quarterback. And he came in with his offensive coordinator from Washington State, who's now the offensive coordinator at Oklahoma. They have a chemistry, a relationship where they both understand each other. And, you're seeing that, dude. He was all over the place, though. He was running. He was throwing. They don't, if he gets hurt, I don't know what they're going to have. But that's college football, dude. It's tends to be a one-player game. It's not like the NFL where you got a roster full of absolute studs. A lot of these teams, their hopes and contention hinges on one player. So it's not like they're in a weird position.
And I mean, he was, he was their leading rusher as well. He had 19 carries for 74 yards. Like, I get it. You're going to run more quarterback stuff when you play these big games like Michigan. But you're right, man. He can't get hurt. Because Oklahoma, they were crushed and devastated by injury last year, especially on the offensive line and especially at wide receiver. Deion Burks, who got hurt last year, he had over 100 yards and a touchdown. So, this Oklahoma team, they look good, man. This is a huge win for them. Yeah. It's a statement win.
I mean, it is nothing else but a statement win. That's just what it is, man. All right. Shouts to Brett Venables, man. Show the Dabo Sweeney coaching tree some love. All right. The next game, all right, we're going to do one of the other upsets. And it's crazy to call this an upset because it's an SEC team beating a Big 12 team.
Yeah.
But by it all goes, man, this was an upset, dude. Mississippi State taking down the number 12 Arizona State Sun Devils. The battle of the states. It's a state battle. Nothing quite like a state battle.
Yep.
And I mean, this game, it was one of those. It just felt like very much like, what is going on? Why? What? Like, I watched pretty much this entire game. On college football Saturdays, I watch pretty much 4 games a block, every block. The one or the noon kickoffs, the 3 kickoffs, and the late kickoff. And I watched most of this game, and it really did. Like, Mississippi State got out running, and you're like, but it wasn't consistent. I mean, they had some good stuff. They came out very hot, but it was like all of a sudden you're like, oh, it's 17-0, and then Arizona State slowly but surely claws their way back in, and like this touchdown right here to go and start tying it up. This is in the very early stages of the fourth quarter. And then they go and get another stop. They go and get a field goal. They take the lead. You're like, whoa, Arizona State fought back. Sam Leavitt, he made some mistakes early, but he gets it together in the second half, and Arizona State is in a great position.
Yep.
And then
this
3rd and 9.
It's just
blown coverage.
Arizona State's secondary played like fucking ass the whole game.
Yeah.
And
I don't get why, like they're like manned up on 3rd and 9 with the game on the line. And that's crazy. There was no safety over top. Like, that's
no.
What are you doing? Why?
And that's crazy because, look, man, if there is no safety over top, why are you playing outside leverage?
Yeah.
because you're just giving up the inside with no safety help. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, 100%. And this guy falls, so they send a blitz and he falls, and you're like, all right, well, I guess we lost that guy from this play. I mean, that dude's done for. And then, so they're losing a man in coverage to send a blitz, and then that dude falls, and you're like, why are we sending a blitz on 3rd and 9 with the game in the line?
And why?
I get blitzing, actually. I'm not going to be that mean. But that kind of blitz, you're going to take both your safeties off the shelf for a blitz on 3rd and 9 with the game on the line against a team who threw the ball all night long?
Again, yeah.
What?
I don't get it. Like, Arizona State, I don't know, man. Like, I really like Kenny Dillingham, but that secondary did not play well at all.
No, they did not. They did not, man. I mean, Mississippi State had 2 receivers over 100 yards catching.
And it's just like you said, Riley, like Arizona State, they made mistakes. They came out really slow. They got into a 17-0 deficit early, but they fought back. Sam Leavitt made plays to take the lead with less than a minute to go. And then it's just your defense has been busting coverage all game, and then you go and do that with the game on the line to lose it. It was just bad. I mean, poor secondary play.
I think Kenny Dillingham's got to have a conversation with his defensive coordinator after this one. They got to retalk their scheme. And I don't even mean that as a joke. I mean that as serious as a head coach. He needs to have a conversation with his defensive coordinator because, like, that's I don't know, man. I understand taking risk in football, dude. I'm sitting here behind a fucking computer talking. Like, I'm not up there, calling the shots in a game that matters, and there's pride points and all kinds of things on the line. But at the same time, there's just some stuff, like you said this already this stream, and I'm going to reiterate it. Football is not that hard.
No.
There's just certain simple things that you just should stick to as rules of thumb so you don't look stupid. Like gambling in a game, like obviously – like blitzing, gambling like that on that, like play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Like the best thing, obviously the best thing that they could have done right there, get a big sack. Hey, you look like a hero for sending that blitz. That's cool.
Yeah.
I get that. But like, think about ceiling and floor. Like why are you not prioritizing making sure this team doesn't score?
Yeah.
They had 41 seconds left. Let them get a first down. They were on the flip side of the 50. Like you're doing too much. You're playing a stupid game to win a stupid prize. A 4th and whatever, getting the ball, sure. All right, I get it. Like you want the ball back in your hands, but play sticks defense. Trust your defensive line to get called. Double tech, call a Texas 2-man, a double X stunt on the outside with your defensive line, and play some good defense. I don't like letting one dude get beaten man coverage for a blown touchdown is insane.
The risk on that play completely outweighed the reward.
Yeah.
It just, I don't, like I said, man, like you're playing outside leverage with a corner who's sitting back in zone. And I mean, I'm not a huge fan of outside leverage anyway as a DB, but I understand it if you have a safety over the top, because that way, like you're forcing the quarterback to throw it in between 2 defenders.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
But the safety's not there.
Yeah, the safety's on the other side, which is even crazier. Like they have a trips formation. They have 3 guys to that side that the touchdown scored on. And the safety's on the opposite side.
Yep. If you're not going to have a safety to help over the top in that situation, you have to play inside leverage because guess what? You have an extra defender. It's called the sideline.
Yep.
And that forces a much more difficult throw for the quarterback. He's got to thread the needle between the defender and the sideline. That's a
Yeah.
really difficult throw.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
No, I mean, and it's
credit Mississippi State, man.
Yeah, and like it's just like all of this, like we said, you know, we said this previously that defense, you know, we talked about this with Steve Spagnuolo. Defense requires discipline, right? Steve Spagnuolo, one of the greatest. Why is he one of the greatest? He instills discipline in his defense. Yeah. And like everything about this play and like the way that they bust this is just lack of defense, right? Mm-hmm. Like this dude, I mean, he gets tripped, man. You got tripped by a dude running. Like that's crazy. And then on the bottom, it's hard to see because of the camera angle. But these two dudes, like this gets wide open just because of them getting tricked on like a simple switch route concept. Mm-hmm. Just these two wide receivers. You watch it, you can see it on the break. These two guys just boom. The guy on the outside goes in, the other dude goes here like this. Just a simple switch route.
Switch.
That is, I mean, college football day 1, day 2 activities. You know, you deal with this stuff a lot in college football. Yep. And it's just that lack of discipline, dude. Getting beat on switch routes, you know, the coordinator taking the safety away from the top so he can call a cheeky blitz on 3rd and 9. Like, this is, I don't even know why they lined up. And so this dude's obviously, he's got man with the crosser so that he's not even in. The safety isn't even, I mean, he's gone.
Yeah.
I don't get why they're actually manned up. There's no safety shell at all.
No.
On 3rd and 9 with the game line. What are you doing? I mean, all right.
Hey, I don't get it.
I've got nothing more to say. That's just
yeah.
If you're gonna lose a game, that's how you do it.
They gotta clean up their secondary issues, man.
Yeah.
Gotta clean them up.
Gotta clean up that they gotta clean up that strategy, man. They gotta work on that. You gotta think about that. All right. Speaking of things that we gotta think about. Let's think about USF beating Florida. I mean, this was
no, I disagree with that. USF they won, but Florida and Billy Napier absolutely blew this game.
Fair. I mean, I'll give you that.
Dog. No, I'm dog. So first of all, Florida. You know how people say, how Florida fans say, "Oh, I really wish Florida was so much like Georgia. I wish Florida could be like Georgia." Well, the monkey paw curled because on the final drive, a fucking Florida player got ejected for spitting.
Nice.
You didn't see that?
No, yeah, that's fine. It's just that is. I want to be like Georgia. I want to embrace Jalen Carter.
I want to embrace Jalen Carter. That dude saw the Thursday night football game and was like, I want to do that. That's who I inspire to be. That's who inspires me, Jalen Carter. But no, man. So Florida, I never understood why Florida was a top 15 team to begin with, because I get it. They're incredibly talented. And they've had the most talent on this roster since probably 2020 when they made the SEC championship game. And DJ Lagway, he's incredibly talented. Yeah. But there's been nothing in Billy Napier's tenure that shows you can trust him with all this talent. They constantly blow it. I mean, dog, this wasn't Mario Cristobal levels of throwing a game, but it was really, really close.
Yeah, dude.
I'm not joking.
No, I agree. I agree.
Dog, you have the ball with 2 minutes and change left. USF doesn't have all of their timeouts. And you throw the ball twice for 2 incompletions. Read my hat, Riley.
Run the ball. Run the damn ball.
I'm not joking, dog. And I mean, USF, they made the plays that they absolutely had to, but Florida, they blew this game. And Billy Napier, this probably sealed it for you. I'm not joking.
Dude, I know. He was already on the hot seat. He was rated. It's like him and Brett Pryor are the highest rated to lose, like potentially lose their job. Like there's a there's a betting pool in most gambling sites if you are interested. People out there in the world of which college head coach gets fired first, which is one of my favorites. If you're ever gonna bet on anything, bet on who's getting fired first.
Yeah.
And right now it's Pry and Napier. Those are 1 and 2 in the standings, and it makes sense.
It's you had to bring up Brent Pry, but anyway,
we'll get there.
We will get there. I don't know. I mean, credit USF, man. They made the plays that they absolutely had to make. It was awesome. It was dope. Fucking
they got the good defensive plays. I mean, they got the big interception. I mean, they didn't turn the ball over. It's just, I mean, clean football out of USF. If you're gonna go into somewhere, you're gonna go into the swamp. You're going to try to beat a team like Florida. You have to play perfect football, and they did. Mm-hmm. They came in, they played very consistent, good football, and, they let Florida beat themselves. They didn't make any mistakes, and they capitalized on the ones that Florida did, and 18-16 is what you get out of that. And that's, I mean, great game out of USF.
Who was it that said it? Was it Napoleon that said never interrupt your opponent when he's making mistakes?
Oh yeah, that's a common one attributed to a lot of people. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean that's what this was. I mean, Florida, they kept on shooting themselves in the dick, but you have to credit USF for taking advantage of those mistakes. Yep. Byron Brown played a hell of a game.
Yeah,
USF's defense. I mean, Florida, they struggled to run the ball. They couldn't. You're Florida. You're supposed to lean on USF. You've got SEC bodies, and this is a group of 5 team.
Yeah,
and you're just at worst, you should be able to lean on them and get push up front. Just wear them down, but they weren't able to do that.
They gave up 7 tackles for loss. I mean, dude, is that SEC Bubs? I don't know. They may look like it, but they're not playing like that, dude. I mean, giving up 7 tackles for a loss, that's not SEC Bub numbers. They need to up those numbers. Those are rookie numbers.
What USF did to Boise State and now going into the swamp and getting this huge upset win over Florida, they look really, really good, man. Yeah. I know they're still a group of 5 team, but they look really good.
They do look good. And I think this gets them the designation of being a top 25 team after this week. Mm-hmm. I mean, 2 big wins in a row where no one really expected much out of them. Taking down 2 top 25 opponents in a row, by the way. I mean, listen, maybe Boise State had some unnecessary hype left over from the previous season, but they were still ranked 25 when they got beat. Florida, maybe it's a little overhyped, but they're ranked number 13 when they got beat. USF deserves, I think they deserve to be somewhere around like 22, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see after this week if they crack it. I think they should definitely be in the top 25. If they're not number 25 or above, then NCAA is.
This won't be the game. Like, Billy Napier's still going to coach games for Florida, but this was the final nail in the coffin.
Yeah.
Like, unless he completely turns it around. I mean, and Riley, have you seen their schedule going into the next 4 games?
Yeah. No, we got to go.
Look at the schedule.
I know. This is kind of crazy, dude. They've got a road. Honestly, it's a line because the only team that they could kind of sleep on is Mississippi State, but we just saw what happens if you sleep on Mississippi State.
Yeah.
And, they got Kentucky, who, it's another SEC team where you can't sleep on. And then everyone else right now has got a rating.
So you have to go next week. You go to Death Valley to play the number 3 team in the country.
Yep.
Then you go at Miami to the number 5 team in the country. Then you come home, but you have to play Arch Manning in Texas, the number 7 team in the country. Then you go at College Station to number 19 Texas A&M.
To the 12th man.
Then you get a little break, Mississippi State. Then you play number 4 Georgia. Then you play at Kentucky, who just gave Ole Miss a run for their money. They just lost by a touchdown to Ole Miss. Then at Ole Miss. Then number 20 ranked Tennessee at home, and then you finish the season out with 14th ranked Florida State, and Florida State looks really good right now.
Looks very good.
Yeah.
Nah, that's. I mean,
that is brutal.
That's off. Good luck.
That is brutal.
Yeah, no, that's a brutal schedule for them. I mean, there's really not much more to say to that, dude. I mean, they played. They played.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as we move on, let's obviously there's lots of cupcakes this week. And so I think we got to give our nods for cupcake of the week. I mean, there were some good ones, dude. Ohio State beating Grambling 70-0. That's a good cupcake.
Yep.
I mean, so my initial thought, I'm gonna stop myself and flip the order on this one. My initial thought had to be FSU beating the absolute life. There's no way they're this low. Where are they?
They might.
Are they not ranked? Is Florida State not ranked? Oh, no, there it is. I just went right.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Florida State beating East Texas A&M 77-3 was my initial thought, right? That happened kind of early. You're like, wow, 77-3, that's insane. They looked great. I mean, that's how you smash a cupcake.
Yep.
And then Oregon playing, if you're going to call Oklahoma State a cupcake, I guess that's got to be like the best cupcake you've ever had in your life.
Yeah.
Like a good moist cake of your choosing flavor, and then like that really nice whipped icing that's got like some fun stuff, maybe like some Oreos crushed on top, like real fancy. That's like a great cupcake. And Oregon 69-3 on Oklahoma State, dude. That's not a group of 5 team. That's not
Oklahoma State.
That's not a cupcake, dude. Like that's not a team that you're like, oh, dog. 69-3 on Oklahoma State is crazy.
In 3 quarters.
Yeah, literally didn't score in the fourth. Complete toe off the gas in the fourth quarter. They put up 69.
And to your point, Riley, Oklahoma State, they've been a national title contender under Mike Gundy. They've been in the top 5. They've been in the top 10 very consistently. They consistently compete for the Big 12, even when Texas and Oklahoma were in the conference. Yeah. They're a really good program under Mike Gundy. But, I mean, I don't know if you saw it, the comments leading up to the game about how Mike Gundy said Oregon just buys all their players. And, it must be really nice to have Nike money and Phil Knight money.
Infinite money.
And Dan Lanning wanted to prove a point. He said, don't talk about my fucking program. Like
dude. He's like, of course I have infinite money. You want to see what it feels like?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, Dan Lanning was like, I'm gonna make you feel the money. Dude, he I bet you Dan Lanning dropped $750,000 on the sideline of Oklahoma State in a duffel bag. It was like, here's your cupcake money. Thanks for coming. Oh. Yeah, dude. Oh, Mississippi State. I mean, that's a hard one, dude. Mississippi State, obviously they look good this week, but the SEC is so deep, dude.
It's so
deep. They had to play one of the hardest. If Mississippi State was in the Big 12, I bet you they'd be a very consistent Big 12 contender. But they're out there, and I mean, they get the most, they obviously they have to plan their schedule accordingly, being in there. So, you get good teams. They're going to play teams like Alcorn State, Northern Illinois. Hopefully, they're going to pull wins out of those. Yeah, dude. ASU, they were trying, dude. They had all the stops out. But I mean, you go through the middle: Tennessee, Texas A&M, Florida, Texas, Arkansas, Georgia, Missouri, Ole Miss. Like, you're lucky to win 3 of those games.
Yeah, it's tough because the SEC is so deep, and Mississippi State, if you put them in another conference, like if you put them in the Big 12, they compete for the Big 12. The
Yep.
problem is it's the SEC, and they're consistently always one of the bottom dwellers in the SEC. That doesn't necessarily make them a bad program. It just makes them a bad SEC program.
Yeah.
But I mean, they look good against Arizona State, you know, and I haven't really been impressed with Arkansas. I haven't really been impressed with Tennessee because I don't think Syracuse is going to do anything this year.
Yeah.
You know, so I think they can make a bowl game. If you have to get either one of Arkansas or, you know, pull an upset like over Tennessee. And honestly, man, like you have to, now that guys are getting paid, and I think we're not talking about this enough. Now that guys are getting paid, you have to consider the quit factor.
Yep.
Because guys might just be like, oh, I already have my money. Like, look at Florida. What is Florida's record going to be by the time they play Mississippi State?
Yeah, true.
We just talked about their gauntlet of a schedule. I mean, they might have one win going into that game. And do you think Florida's going to play hard in that game? You would hope so.
Yeah.
But it is a new reality that you have to consider that guys are just going to quit. They do have to beat Ole Miss. And Ole Miss, they struggled with Kentucky yesterday.
Yeah, they could beat Ole Miss. I mean, I think they beat Arkansas. I think they have a chance to beat Missouri. You know, but you know, if they play their best, they could probably beat Tennessee too. And like you said, who knows what Florida's going to look like? And now if they're playing, I think they're going to have a tough time against them because at the end of the day, that Florida team is pretty good. They just a lot of mistakes. They dial it in though. If they're playing well, they're a hard team to beat. Just ask Long Island University.
And Tushio Parker, we appreciate you coming in and joining us, man. We really appreciate that. Just so you know, I'm a D1 football coach. I've coached at Richmond. I've coached at Louisiana Tech, USF. I've coached at, you know, a bunch of different schools. Some of them, you know, D3, D2, D1, all the levels. And we love talking ball, man. So if you haven't already, you know, like,
drop a subscribe.
Yeah. You know.
All right. All right. Now we got to talk about what we don't want to talk about. I guess I'll go first because it's going to be right here.
I'm going to go.
I mean, yeah, dude. Clemson, they escaped 27-16 from Troy. Obviously, they were down 16-3 at halftime. They scored 27 unanswered. That 3 was kind of towards the very end, and then they scored 24 in the second half. They don't allow Troy to score. A lot of it, I mean, Cade Klubnik had a technical pick six. I mean, it was batted up in the air and in the end zone. There it is. And, you know, it's – oh, no, never mind. Wrong way. This was Clemson's defense coming through amazing.
Yeah, show the pick six.
Yeah, I'm about to. No way.
That's it. That's it. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. It's like, there's no way this isn't a highlight. So, you know, this is one – we're already backed up, and, you know, boom, just a bat in the air. Great guy. Listen, if you're a team like Troy, and you're on the road in Clemson, that's a play you got to make. You know, you got to bat that thing up, grab the ball, get in the end zone, see what happens. Boom. But it's just like stuff like that. You know, that was what made it 16. You know,
and then they missed the extra point.
We did, yeah. They missed the extra point, so that was cool. But it was just like, you know, a big shot very early. And then we had a weather delay. Like 2 hours worth of weather delay. And, you know, they came out on a drive. Yeah, dude. I mean, dude, Troy was putting up a fight. I think you're right, dude. If they can fight like that, I think they could beat a few teams. I mean, this was a good fight, and it took Clemson truly like going in at halftime and refiguring everything out and coming out firing for them to win. Yeah. So, you know, shouts to Troy. Is this enough for us to fire Garrett Riley, please? I mean, our scheme was doing us no favors, man. Like, Adam Randall, he ran for over 100 yards finally, but like, it's just like we're not. It feels like we're just so predictable all the time. Why are we so predictable? We need something, dude. With all the talent that we have, we should be doing way better than this consistently. Like, why can't we put up 35 against everybody? We have so much talent.
You've got Bryant Wesco, TJ Moore, Tyler Brown, and Antonio Williams. Antonio Williams did not play, but that shouldn't matter against Troy.
Yeah. And then Adam Randall at running back, who was also a wide receiver last year, is a great player. Gideon Davidson was pretty. I mean, he only had 2 carries, 5 yards, but he's a very good. He's an explosive player if you give him a chance. And a good tight end in Olsen Pat Henry. I mean, like, we've got weapons. They're all over the field, man. They just, and we got to clean up the turnovers. Obviously, the pick from Klubnik, that's a weird one. Getting batted at the line, dude, making a play on the ball. Hey, that's what happens. Fumble from Adam Randall, that one hurt. But, clean up the turnovers. Keep playing defense. I mean, the defense, 4 sacks, 5 tackles for a loss, 3 pass deflections, 3 interceptions. I mean, all over this quarterback. Our defense is going to play lights out. If our offense doesn't screw over our defense, like our defense can win us games alone. But yeah, man, that's
your defensive line has consistently played really well the first 2 games of the season.
Yeah.
Every other aspect of Clemson that I thought was going to take a step forward has not taken a step forward.
No.
Your defensive line is the only thing keeping you in games right now.
No. Our defense. You can't. It's not just. We had 3 interceptions.
I mean, that's fair.
And it wasn't. Not all of them were pressure. Like, only one of them was a deflect. Like, one of them was a pass deflection that turned into an interception, but the other ones were like good, clean intercept. Like, we have great linebackers. We have a pretty solid secondary. Our defense is good. And listen, dude, we held LSU pretty well. I mean, that team should be very explosive. And we held them in check. Obviously, we lost, but it wasn't crazy. And Troy, like, they got a big shot early in the game.
Yep.
And then they got a pick 6 and a field goal. Like, hey, our defense doesn't make a lot of mistakes.
Is it concerning that Klubnik didn't throw for 200 yards against Troy?
Yes. That's what I'm saying, dude. We just gotta, it's just we don't have momentum, man. We should be beating the crap. We should be throwing. It feels like we're too predictable. I said it before. I'll say it again. We're too predictable, man. We run the ball when you're supposed to run the ball. We take a big shot when you're supposed to take a big shot, and everyone's ready for it. Even Troy, like, everyone's ready for it. Garrett Riley has no ingenuity. No, at least he's not showing it. Maybe there's something. Maybe they're just holding something up their cheeks, waiting for a more important game. I don't know. And that's my best hope, but I just don't think, from everything I've seen from Garrett Riley as an offensive coordinator, I just don't see it, and I just don't like. I don't like the scheme that he is calling. I don't know. I'm just not a fan.
And Toshio Parker, he's right, man. It's a bunch of small mistakes, but they add up.
Yeah.
They just add up.
Yeah.
And so I don't know, man. Like, y'all need to get your offense fixed, because this is a team with too much talent everywhere to be struggling like this against Troy. But give Troy credit, man. They made the plays they had to in the first half. But, that's why you play 60 minutes. That's why you come out in the second half.
For sure.
And Clemson, they played much better in the second half, but they still have a lot to clean up.
They do. But, listen, our defense is soon show up. Yeah, here you go.
Speaking of second halves, Riley, my team, I'm a diehard Virginia Tech fan. My team got outscored in the second half 34-0.
Yeah.
34-0. We were winning this game. It was 20-10 at halftime. And
it was like 17-3 for, like, they scored a touchdown kind of late, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe it was 17-7. They scored a 3 late, but whatever. Like, and then it was like 20-10 going into halftime. It was 20-10 for a long time. I mean, like, Vanderbilt put on the gas right at the end of the third, and like just put the gas on, dude. The 21 points in the fourth was insane. Virginia Tech just like that fourth quarter was crazy.
So you want to hear some very depressing stats about Virginia Tech football? I knew it was bad, but I didn't even know it was this bad.
Okay.
So do you know the last time Virginia Tech beat a Power 5 out-of-conference team at home?
2014.
No.
Damn. When was it?
2009.
Damn.
Do you know who our quarterback was?
2000. Is that Tyrod?
It was Tyrod.
Damn, dog. It's been since Tyrod.
It's been since Tyrod.
You tell me Logan Thomas didn't beat an out-of-opponent top
No.
5? Damn, dude.
Not at home.
Damn.
Not at home. Do you know the last time Virginia Tech beat an out-of-conference opponent, period?
No, I don't know. What is it?
2017.
Ooh, yeah,
That's what, 8 years ago?
8 years, yeah.
So that's almost a decade. And we just got outscored in the second half by fucking Vanderbilt. And Vanderbilt, they're going to get someone. They got Bama last year. They're going to get someone again.
Yeah.
Diego Pavia, he's not an NFL quarterback, but he's a damn good college quarterback.
Yeah.
You know?
I think he's an NFL Taysom Hill.
And now with NIL, those quarterbacks, they're just getting paid to stay in college. They know they don't have an NFL future, but they're getting paid to play football in college.
Yeah.
It's a pretty damn good gig.
Yeah,
So,
he's having a great time.
I really like Brent Pry as a person. I've always liked Brent Pry as a person. I think his personality embodies a lot of what Virginia Tech football is and wants to be. It's just like, bro, you could say all the right things, but dog, at a certain point, I need to see something. Yeah. I need to see action. Like, bro, it's so infuriating. And it just, I grew up a diehard Virginia Tech fan with Frank Beamer and Beamer Ball and special teams and Bud Foster, the best defensive coordinator maybe ever, maybe in the history of the sport. You can make a real argument for that. And we had an identity. You knew we were going to run the ball, we were going to play great defense, and we were going to make a play or two on special teams. And we consistently won 10 games a year. We always competed for the ACC, and we would always make the Orange Bowl. And Virginia Tech fans growing up in that era, I heard Tech fans bitch and moan, oh my God, we went to another Orange Bowl. I'm tired of going to the Orange Bowl. Motherfucker, do you miss the Orange Bowl? Do you miss it?
Yeah.
Oh my God. We could have been Clemson before Clemson, but we made a series of inept and incompetent administrative mistakes that are still costing us. And I don't think Virginia Tech football means anything anymore. I don't think it means something to the administration. Because if it did, you would do something about it. You would go out and you would make the right hires. You would make the proper hires. You would fundraise money. We are 14th in the ACC in ACC revenue and fundraising. That is sad. Yeah. This is a team that went to a national championship and for 10 to 15 years was a legit national title contender. And we haven't beaten a home out of conference opponent since 2009. It's sad. Yeah. I just need to know, do y'all miss the Orange Bowl? I know I do. And I said that at the time. You're bitching and moaning about all the wrong things. Be grateful for what you have, because it can always get worse. And dog, I thought it could get worse, but I don't even know if this is rock bottom. Because guess who we play in 2 weeks? We play ODU.
Yeah.
And we consistently lose to ODU.
No, you play them next week. That's 13th. Next Saturday.
We play them next week? Okay,
yep,
I got the Wofford game confused.
All right. Wofford. Yeah, that's I mean, yeah, ODU is a scary team for y'all. Yeah, and honestly, I agree with you. I mean, I think players should. I mean, they are working. They're going to limit down the transfer portal this offseason. They're going to make it a 10-day window. They're going to really limit it. So I think that's good. But you're right, dude. NIL. But back to Virginia Tech. I think the big thing, too, is, man, they've lost recruiting in Virginia, which is insane. To think that Virginia Tech is losing recruiting in Virginia, and not to, like, they're losing people to Clemson. They're losing people to Michigan. They just had the best running back. One of the best running backs in the country was in Virginia, and he didn't go to Virginia Tech, which is crazy. You rewind the clock 5-10 years, that kid, there's no way he's not. Like, that's if you're in Virginia and you're a top player and Virginia Tech isn't talking to you every day, that's insane. I mean, I played with a tight end we were in a small BS school, but this kid was 6'4", 250 of farm-made muscle playing tight end. And Virginia Tech talked to him every day. That's the kind of recruiting they had in state, and they're just not anymore. And it's so many bad signs for that program.
That started the decline because, Taj Boyd is from Hampton, from Norfolk. He went to Clemson. Virginia Tech, they had this little secret talent fountain in the 757 that no one knew about except them. And then, Penn State found out about it. Clemson found out about Bama, Florida State, Ohio State. Travion Henderson went to Ohio State. He's from Virginia.
Yeah.
And I remember during his recruitment, Tech fans were like, "Oh, we're going to get him. We're going to dog. Why would you choose Virginia Tech over Ohio State based on the track records that we've had recently? No one in their right mind would do that. And you have to turn that around, and you have to win these games. You have to stop the bleeding.
Yeah.
You have to. And, I really like Brent Pry, but, man, I don't think he's the answer. And then you go out and I like Brent Pry. What they should have done, have Brent Pry as CEO, but then go out and hire really good coordinators. Go out and hire a really good offensive coordinator, a really good defensive coordinator. That's what Clemson did with Dabo.
That's what we previously did.
Yeah, no, but in their ride, that's what they did.
Yeah.
They went out, they got Brent Venables, and they took a shot on
Chad
Scott? Morris.
Oh, yeah.
And then Chad Morris, and then they go out Tony Elliott and Jeff Scott.
Yeah.
But what Virginia Tech did is we have a young, inexperienced head coach, never been a head coach before, really good DC. So you would think you would surround him with really good coordinators. But no, we're going to surround him with even more inexperience at the coordinators. Yeah. That doesn't make fucking sense.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
Honestly, I think you kind of have – I think you leave Brett Pry as a coordinator and you go get yourself a new CEO. Because I think that's the problem. I mean, all of the stuff that you're just talking about is that's the head coach, man. You got to fundraise as a head coach. You got to recruit as a head coach.
Yeah.
I think Brett Pry, if you put him as the DC and get someone else,
they would never do that.
I know, but that's it's almost or get an assistant head coach in charge of being an actual head coach. Mm-hmm. I don't know, because that's the thing. That's the college, man. You're running a business. Like you say, you're a CEO. And I think Pry is great at football, but he's not a CEO. And that's the result. That's literally the result that you're getting is that change. But you got a lot of time.
And I think we just need to clean house as the athletic department, because our athletic director, Whit Babcock, I've said he's a problem for years. He's now flubbed on 2 football hires. Football hires, I don't care what you say. The football head coach is the most important hire for an athletic director.
Yeah.
At any major school, unless you're like Kentucky or Duke, like basketball schools. And he's flubbed on 2 of them now. So Whit Babcock, he should not be trusted to make a 3rd football hire. So he needs to go too. Just clean house. I'm sick of it, man. We're too good of a program to be floundering and just wandering in the wilderness like this. And every day, what Frank Beamer and Bud Foster accomplished looks more and more impressive.
Yep. All right.
And Georgia, all right, so Tushio Parker, we appreciate you staying through that rant of me yelling about the Orange Bowl. I very much appreciate that. But I think Georgia's good, man. I think they've very much improved their wide receivers. Zachariah Branch looks really, really good.
Yeah. Also, I mean, go check out our social medias at Trash Talk Tailgate on all social medias, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Go find them out. We actually have a few shorts out, plenty of shorts about Georgia. We talk about them a lot. Go look at those.
We do.
Give us a subscribe or follow on any of those platforms. I just picked them to pick the SEC. There's a short about that one there.
Yeah.
Go watch those. But I think we need to clean up this one, man. That was a great way to end, both of us getting our feelings out.
So, Tushio Parker, we appreciate you staying with us, man. If you really enjoyed that, first of all, subscribe.
Please
hit that notification so you get all the TTT updates that you need. We will be back on Tuesday.
Yep.
Tuesday at 2:00 in the afternoon. We've got 3 live streams now that football season is back.
Yep.
Tuesday, 2:00. Friday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. I also like Gunnar Stockton better than Carson. I like him. Although Carson's looking good at Miami.
True.
And then we will be doing the Sunday 11:30 a.m. not an NFL pre-show, talking about college football every Sunday at 11:30 a.m. Riley, put the graphic up real quick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna run it.
We are.
All right. But yeah.
Man.
All right, y'all.
Yep.
We're going to get out of here. Peace.